top ministers, and now the Prime Minister himself condoling the loss of lives. He's announced a 2 lakh ex-gratia for the victim's kin. The PMO has announced this relief package, 50,000 for those who are injured. The Prime Minister says he's praying for the speedy recovery of all those injured. Stampede horror claiming at least 10 lives, and we have the latest coming in. The Prime Minister announcing an ex-gratia of 2 lakh rupees. Over to you, Shubhangi. Take us through the latest statement which has come from the side of the PMO.
That's right, Meenakshi. On my screens, I have Prime Minister Narendra Modi condoling the death at the Andhra Pradesh Stampede horror. He says, and I quote, "Pained by the Stampede in Venkateshwara Swami Temple in Andhra Pradesh, my thoughts are with those who have lost their near and dear ones. I pray that the injured recover soon. An ex-gratia of rupees 2 lakh each would be provided to the next of the kin of those who lost their lives. The injured would be given rupees 50,000. So there you have Prime Minister Narendra Modi condoling the death due to the stampede in Andhra Pradesh's temple.
All right, let's go back to my colleague Shomit. Shomit, the Prime Minister also announcing an ex-gratia of 2 lakh rupees. The Chief Minister also obviously has already issued a statement. This was a statement of the PMO, which my colleague Shubhangi obviously read out for us. Take us through all the reactions coming in, what the PMO has had to say, also the statement which had come from the side of the Chief Minister. Shomit, can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you please repeat the question?
All right, Shomit. So we have another update coming in related to the Stampede horror probe. What the sources are telling us, far as the focus of the probe is concerned, Andhra CMO, we believe, have given an order to the SP. They are saying that a detailed report has to be submitted. Can you give us more details on what the focus of the probe is going to be? Okay, we've lost that line with Shomit, but for the benefit of our viewers who are just joining us on the broadcast, let's take you through the latest far as this Andhra Stampede tragedy is concerned. We have many updates coming in. Obviously, sources are also telling us that the police was not informed about the huge crowd which could gather here. Endowment Temple also was not informed. The police was not informed. Endowment department was oblivious, and that's why extra security was not provided. Shomit is back with us. Shomit, before we talk about the alleged lapses, what sources are telling us, let's talk about the report which has to be submitted. The focus of the probe, what is that going to be? Shed more light on the same. What are you picking up from your sources?
See, what we are learning from the sources is that initially, Chief Minister has ordered a detailed report into the matter, and a detailed report will be provided by the local officials of the Srikakulam. So police have already begun the investigation into the matter, and Chief Minister's office has ordered the officials, instructed the SP, Collector and SP to submit a detailed report to the CMO very soon as possible. How this incident happened, what is the trigger point, how many died, how many injured, who is the responsible. So these points these points have been asked to be focused on, and these points should be made it clear in the report how this incident happened, what is the trigger point, how many died, how many injured, and who is responsible for this incident. So this has to be immediately done, and and at the same time, police were not informed about the huge crowd by the temple management. Endowment department was not informed because police were not informed. Police didn't provide.
Let's focus on that. Let's focus on that. Let's break down, every piece of information coming in for our viewers. This is another big information you're bringing us. Let's highlight that. Your sources, I believe, are telling you that the police was not informed about the huge crowd, correct? Endowment department was also not informed, and is that why extra security was not provided?
Well, that's the exact reason. What happened there is, matter of fact of investigation. But, police were not informed about this huge crowd. So it's the minimum responsibility of the police, of the temple management, that they inform the matter to the police, so that the police will provide police personnel, will deploy police personnel to the temple, so that the police personnel who are deployed on the ground, they can control the crowd. So that was not done on the part of the management, temple management side. And one side they didn't inform the endowment department, one side they didn't inform the police department, so that the police can be deployed on the spot. And at the same time, they also didn't make arrangements on the ground. There was only one entry and exit point. And where this huge crowd gathering was there, that spot was under construction, that site was under construction. And, these are the main reasons as of now. We are learning from the sources because, the main reason behind the incident.
Right, the reasons behind the incidents coming to light. A detailed report is going to be submitted soon. The focus will be on how the incident happened, but let's talk about the lapses. What is the protocol, Shomit? You're saying, according to your sources, the cops were not informed, the endowment department was not informed. So is it that on big days, say like an Ekadashi, temples need to reach out if they are expecting a massive rush? Because it possibly can't be the first time that they were seeing such a big rush. Every year Ekadashi comes and they must have seen a similar rush, isn't it?
Well, yes, that is the exact reason behind this incident, because when crowd do turn to any temple or it's any event, it might be any event, might be political event, might be non-political event, might be temples, might be mosques, might be anything, any gathering happens, when huge gathering happens, the information should be provided to the police, and that was not done. So that was not done by the police. So that's the reason this incident has happened, and that's the reason this incident has happened, and that's the main reason all this behind all this mess and behind this stampede. So responsibility clearly lies on the temple management side, because they knew that it's Ekadashi, they knew that a huge crowd will be coming, and they should have informed the matter to the police, they should have informed the matter to the endowment department, which was not done by the temple management, and that's the reason this incident has happened for now. Huge crowd initially gathered there, and there was no proper entry and exit points done, and there was no proper system in place, process in place. So that's the reason, this incident has happened, and it's very unfortunate that 10 people have lost their lives in this matter, and several other people have received injuries, and they were shifted to the local hospital now. And what we are learning from the sources is that, there was no proper system on the ground. Even police were not informed about the matter, and this temple is a private temple, private-run temple, not registered under the endowment government, not run by the endowment government, endowment department. So they should have informed the matter to at least to the police, that if even they are not registered under endowment department, they should have at least informed the matter to the police. Then police would have deployed the police personnel to the temple, so that they could have controlled the crowd and control the situation.
Right, Shomit, and when we speak about the temple tragedy, the lapses, why don't we elaborate on them one by one, because you are obviously highlighting what is it that your sources are telling you. Top sources obviously have been telling you about multiple lapses, about the lack of information, about how the temple kept the authorities in the dark. Is there any reaction, any sort of counter which has come from the side of the temple authorities, or are they not speaking about this tragedy at the moment? It is a bit early, but are they speaking at all about what's coming to light?
Well, yes, see, as of now, already investigation has begun into this matter. So they will be, investigating into it. The CCTVs are being examined on the ground. So they will get to know that what is the trigger point. But initially, the reason is behind it. The overcrowded crowd was seen, overcrowded the temple was very much overcrowded, and so much, so many people were, it was not initially was not expected by the government or the police, or else they would have at least made the arrangement. So it's very, common that people in huge number turn out to the local, Lord Venkateshwara Swami temples during the Ekadashi. So today is Ekadashi. So temple management clearly would have known about this, that a huge crowd will be coming to the temple to take blessings of Lord Venkateshwara. But they didn't make a proper arrangements. Like I was said, there were so many lapses on the temple management side. No proper entry exit, no security personnel were deployed, no volunteers were there, police were not informed, endowment department was not informed. So all these things were there. It happened on the ground, and it's very unfortunate that this has happened, and now police are investigating into it.
Right, police is investigating the matter, and I believe CCTV had also been collected. You were telling us the police, they were trying to ascertain the cause of the tragedy, isn't it? Shomit, can you hear us?
Well, I can hear you now.
Yes, Shomit, I was asking you about the latest as far as the probe is concerned. You took us through the alleged lapses, what your sources are telling you. You were also saying possibly there was, CCTV footage from the incident site, which I believe has already been collected by the cops, and they're already taking a look at it, the moment of the tragedy, the aftermath as well, isn't it?
Yes, that's true. See, all these incidents initially from the starting, when this actually overcrowded was there, they should have at least informed by then. They should have informed the police. Even at that time, when huge crowd was coming to the temple, even at that time it was not informed. They didn't inform the matter to the police and even to the endowment officials. A huge crowd was seen there, and we can clearly see the visuals, and where people were seen lying on the ground. They fainted. They went into the unconscious state due to the breathlessness after the huge crowd rush in. So because of the rush in and rush out, this incident